Anywho, as I continue to desperately seek love, I lost myself in the first process. The thing is, you can't think you can seek love in places that you can't find within yourself. And let me tell you, I'd be lying if I said that it happened once with my masculine. It happened over 3 times. And each time I came back different. I never stopped putting in the inner work, especially when he was gone. But every time he came back, I put my guard down and the patterns just kept repeating, revealing this not for me. So eventually he shut me out. He went radio silent. And I mean, he turned on me like I never existed. Abandonment at its finest, and then didn't say a word. The pain of it all hit differently. To say I ain't question my worth, that's a lie. Such experiences will make you constantly question yourself, almost as if you don't have no purpose, almost as if you're just incapable of love. We all heard the expression of sleeping with the devil. Have you ever had that experience? Like, that's some wicked shit right there. Well, I was genuinely praying for this man abundance, his strength, his health, his success, prosperity. I mean, I truly trusted everything in him. And there it is. That's the problem right there. You either trust somebody or you trust in them. To trust somebody is to trust in them completely, being that they are going to be who it is that they are. You're going to unconditionally accept them for who it is that they are. And there is trusting in somebody, knowing damn well you need to be doing it yourself, but you expect, and keep on expecting it from them. Expectation don't fix a person. As I was praying for my masculine and building on the spiritual union with him, he was praying on my downfall, committing to a lesser obligation. Completely abandoned me for somebody who knew nothing of, and it was on a conditional basis of what you can do for me at that. To match his energy, I had to crawl low. And I don't do that. In real life, we just aren't the same. When you're dealing with narcissists, narcissistic behavior, personalities, you notice how I give them such pleasure to see you crumble. It's almost as if the levels of power within that relationship is going to appear mixed match. It's that runner chaser dynamic. It's like you want the validation, he don't want you. The validation matter for some reason, especially when you aren't awakened. So what truly changed me was when he made me out to be the enemy. I mean, he invalidated me in front of other women that he felt was of a better quality. He thought he was better quality. Hell, he thought he was better than me. He embarrassed me at every moment that he could. And I thought I was just so unconditional. Not at all. We here because we both played a part. Yeah, my shit stink just like anybody else. But when he changed the locks on me, you talk about devastation. Like, where I'm gonna go? What I'm gonna do? I didn't have a choice but to leave. All I had was in this man. He was who I call home. And to find out he loves me on a conditional basis of how can I finance his need, it was a double blow. It was an effect of not feeling good enough. Then you push me away after telling me I'm not even good enough for you and your family. Like, damn, Sam. And it be like that sometimes. My credentials didn't matter. My accolades didn't matter. Nothing mattered. No matter how bad you think you are, there's somebody better. No matter how fly you think you are, there's somebody flyer. I would have stayed and continued to traumatize myself, but this is the thing. You have to build a standard of respect for the power of your love. The runner chaser has a way of making you lose your identity for it's focused on the person highest desire and catering to your lower needs. It's an unrequited dynamic. And when we find ourselves in these situations as such, it can feel like your back almost against the wall, almost as if you don't have a choice. No, you definitely got a choice in this. You can either disable your personal power and continue to feel like a failure in love, or pick yourself up and blossom. The choice is either yours. You either grow and blossom or you dwell and get lost with the weeds. But the point is, I refuse to allow this person to create my reality from their actions. People have a way of programming you to think that love is hard, almost as if it's not meant for you, and it tests your whole belief system. It's a reactionary abuse tactic and complex behavior issues such as anxiety. A lot of narcissists go through that. PTSD, anything attached to the fear of loss and or rejection. The opportunity of brokenness will have you to look deep to fix and correct the error of your ways. I didn't fight my masculine. I wasn't going to chase him. Damn sure wasn't going to call. Wasn't going to beg. None of the times. In fact, I blocked him each time. Not to punish him, but you don't get access to the very thing that is not good enough for you. Oh, and each time after he betrayed me, I might have missed a move, but the implications of the action pushed me to propel forward every time he came back. Every time. And even between the time of him abandoning me, I went through my dark nights of the soul. I picked myself up and I healed each time. And each time I was different. I was growing. I was learning. And the last betrayal that pushed me to that great awakening, I remember thinking to myself, if someone can betray me on such a level and repeatedly do so, I must be an increment of that shadow. This is not a push it to the limit type of thing, because once we're there, we're there. And this is no turning back. In real life, I just want to be a better person. You have to work on yourself. Take the time to heal. It's a journey, not a race to get even. Healing is just that. You learn not to be triggered from it. You learn to forgive, but you don't forget. You learn to build boundaries, for nobody's going to ever play with you like that again. And it's hard to really see the blessing within the curse, especially in the process of it happening. Here it is, I'm starting my life all over again. In the midst of my sadness, I found myself to be extremely thankful, though. I was truly thankful for how deeply this person broke me, because it had me to awaken to illusions, which I thought was my reality. People show you just who you are, and time to show up and show you where you need to be in your next move in life. So instead of punishing them, not talking to them, holding back sex, like mimicking childhood behavior, that's exactly what punishment is. You mimicking childhood behavior. It was revealing to my childhood wounds that I needed to heal. Punishing them is not going to fix or transform the situation. It was going to keep me stuck, keep me bitter. I was going to remain in that negative energy. You truly need to thank the person for giving you the opportunity to open up in the spiritual dimension within you. You're now realizing just how fragile things are, how one decision can change the whole trajectory of our lives. To see life as complete, you have to look at relationships in an incomplete different nature. Each relationship is a guide to teach you about yourself. And the deeper the pain, the harder the lesson, the greater the blessing. I'm not saying go out there, open up your heart to any and everybody to get hurt. No, you don't get that great abundance like that. It don't work out like that. Relationships have to transform. You have to transform. So to say someone cheated on you is to say they were allowed to do as they wanted to do. After all, cheating is the habit of doing what it is that I want to do. Learn, heal, grow from it. You weren't cheated on. You were pushed to find your true authentic self and forge meaning into your life. Thank that person and be dynamic. Until then, you all continue to be